I am Dr. Hargis. I'm an emergency room physician here at Mount Graham Regional Medical Center.
Hi, my name's Kelsey Crosby. I've been a registered nurse in the ER for over a decade.
My name is Kason Crosby. I'm an emergency room nurse here at Mount Graham.
My name is Morgan Davis, and I am a registered nurse here at the emergency department.
My name's Tyler Cluff. I'm a captain with Safford Police Department. I've been there for about 14 years.
So one thing that we regularly see here in the emergency department is ATV injuries. You know, the Gila Valley is just like a beautiful valley. We've got mountains, we've got streams, we've got adventure almost around every corner. And it's just totally beautiful to be able to explore. I can understand why so many in the community have an ATV. But at the same time, if you're wise and you're careful on an ATV, you're not going to end up in this room. The unfortunate thing is when we see somebody trying to be able to enjoy the outdoors who just doesn't take simple measures to be able to protect themselves. Riding with a helmet, avoiding alcohol, just like thinking ahead when it comes to themselves and their family members about the safety precautions that are needed to be able to enjoy these vehicles and to be able to enjoy the outdoors safely.
Seen lots of critical injuries come in and out of here. Major head injuries, chest, extremity injuries, can be adults, children, anywhere in between. We've seen lots of traumatic stuff.
Related to trauma incidents, I feel like the most that we see is broken arms, broken legs. We do see a lot of head fractures and head injuries, concussions, things of that nature.
Relating to ATVs, a lot of incidents are caused by either lack of wearing seatbelts, lack of proper protective gear, such as a helmet, and drinking, driving, impaired driving, drug-impaired driving. Those are all some of the issues that we've seen here locally and also around the state and country, I think, are the big major issues.
When it comes to seatbelt use, I would say that up there with helmets, seatbelt use, should be your highest priority when it comes to ATV vehicles. You're going to minimize your risks of serious injury by wearing a seatbelt while using your ATV. And I think that if the community knew how many serious accidents were avoided by simply wearing a seatbelt and wearing a helmet, how much that decreased their risk, they would do it all the time.
Definitely helmets are a huge thing, especially during the summer. We do see lots of ATV accidents come in and out of here. Seatbelt, huge thing also. Protective gear.
Definitely, protective gear. Helmets is a huge one. Being not under the influence of drugs or alcohol is the main one too that we see causes a lot of these accidents.
I feel like a lot of the time, the injuries that we do see is a lack of seatbelts or helmets. With little ones, we always suggest putting a car seat in the ATV if you're going to take little kids that still do use a car seat. But the main thing is going to be helmets and seatbelts.
So a big thing is to be educated on the ATV prior to use. We have a lot of first-time ATV buyers that will get in and just go. They don't know anything about it. They don't know how it works, how it handles, and we see accidents that way. Other ways are they use it in their recreation time when drinking drugs are involved, and that also leads to accidents. People complain about helmets being uncomfortable. My kid doesn't want to wear a helmet. But it is a law, it is required, and it is in place to help keep people safe.
If I could express to this community one thing that just be able to maximize enjoyment out of ATVs, like I said, not end up as in this room, that would be helmet safety. And even if you think that you're careful, you think that you are being as safe as possible, if you're riding on an ATV without a helmet, you're putting yourself and if you're seeing your family members do so, they're also in danger, because there's accidents that we see here in the emergency department where people were doing everything that they could think about to be able to be safe, but without wearing a helmet. Unfortunately, we have serious injuries that cause lifelong complications for family members and even death without wearing helmets.
ATV safety is huge to us in the ER. Like I said, we've seen a lot of traumatic injuries come in and out of here that could have easily been prevented. So we really think that that's a big part of preventing emergencies and critical injuries from happening.
The one thing I would tell my community about this, especially because it's a tight-knit community of people we love, is just to think of the long-term consequences that can come from your decisions you make. So Just think of safety number one. Make sure your kids have the right protective gear on. Make sure you're not under the influence. That's the main thing, yeah.
And then something else would be that it's not just your life that you have kind of in your hands when you're on an ATV, but if you have other people in the ATV with you and just other people driving around too, just to be safe, because it is other people's lives in your hands.
It's never a good experience to have to go tell somebody's loved one that they're badly injured or deceased. And that happens with ATVs. So we would ask that you be safe. You follow the laws that are in place. You avoid drugs and alcohol while using your ATV. You wear your seatbelt. You drive in a way that's safe. You put helmets on anybody under the age of 18. It is a law. It is a requirement to do that. But it's also there to keep you and your family members safe.
Yeah, so helmet and ATV safety is huge for me personally and my family. In the summer of 2020, my daughter was critically injured in an ATV rollover. The only thing that really kept her here to this day was the fact that she had a helmet on. So we're very thankful and lucky that she is still here. We've been through many surgeries, a long hospital stay, and luckily she is okay and doing well.
My name's Riley Nilsson, and my mom works in the ER. I was in an ATV accident. I wear a helmet and it saved my life. I want other kids to know how important helmet safety is.
All right, this is a Department of Transportation approved helmet. You have to make sure you know the difference between this and bike helmets. You want to make sure you're wearing these for any ATV or off-road dirt bikes or any high-speed motor vehicles you're driving. This will significantly reduce your risk of traumatic brain injuries or even death, brain bleeds. We have seen a complete difference for people that wear these and don't. So it is important to take a little bit of time just to wear them, spend a little bit of money to buy them. It'll save a life.
A lot of people forget when we're driving off-road, they assume and believe that it's okay to consume alcohol or possibly use illicit drugs or things that are legal, such as marijuana. DUI laws, reckless driving laws, seatbelt laws, all apply to ATVs and UTVs, and they're a place to keep us safe.